One of the biggest myths about growth is that talent guarantees progress. And it doesn't, because talented doesn't always automatically make you visible. It doesn't automatically make you understood. And it definitely doesn't automatically make you chosen. Talent can be real and still be ignored. And here's the part people miss. This isn't just a workplace thing. People stay stuck in life too, in relationships, in routines, in confidence, in purpose, in the almost season. You can be gifted and still be stationary. Welcome to the interview room, where real conversations build real growth. Each week, we sit down with amazing business owners and everyday experts to uncover what's really behind the biggest wins, toughest failures, and boldest goals. Because here's the truth, you don't have to have it all figured out to sit in this room. I'm Coach Annie. Let's learn, laugh, and level up together. All right, y'all. Welcome back to episode 2. I am so excited to be here with y'all. Today, we're talking about why talented people stay stuck. It's not because they're lazy, and it's not because they don't care. It's because of invisible patterns that quietly keep them in that place. And these patterns show up in real life like this. You keep giving your best, but you keep getting the same result. Work harder, try again. Adjust a little, same outcome. That's not always a talent issue. That's often a traction issue. Effort without traction feels like betrayal. Here's the simplest way to understand it. Execution is doing, traction is movement. And movement happens when people and systems understand your value. That's why talented people get stuck. They assume value speaks for itself, and it does not. Life doesn't reward what's true, it rewards what's clear. So, let me give you an example. You're doing, but you're not directing. The first pattern is over-focusing on doing. At work, it looks like I just keep delivering. Eventually, they'll notice. Eventually, they'll see me. I just keep working 100 hours. Eventually, they'll see me. In life, it can look like I just keep being the strong one. I'm the strong friend. I'm strong. And if I just keep being the strong one, eventually things will change. But here's the issue. Doing is not directing. If you're always helpful, reliable, supportive, but you never define what you want, you'll be appreciated, but you're not advancing. Reliable gets thanks. It gets thanks. Think about that. When you're reliable, we're going to thank you. But position gets you chosen. Let me give you a real life example. I've experienced this, and sometimes it's me. You're the friend everyone calls when they're falling apart. You're the one who shows up for everyone. You're the one who will sacrifice days of work to support another friend. You're the one, if someone is going through a breakup, you will cancel your plans just to make sure you're there to support that friend. But when you need support, you realize you never built that lane for yourself. You've been doing without directed. And it's crazy. Like, another pattern that I see when I see this is like you're waiting for confidence before you move. At work, it's like, I'll apply when I feel ready. When you're job hunting, when you're looking, you're like, oh yeah, when I'm ready, when I have it all together, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to check off these things, and then I'm going to apply. In life, I'll start when I'm more confident. I'll leave when I'm certain. I'll set the boundary when it feels comfortable. But readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. Let me say that again because I need you to write that down. Readiness isn't a feeling. It's a decision. Confidence is often the reward, not the requirement. You know, like when you've outgrown something, a role, a relationship dynamic, a routine, but you keep waiting for a clean sign, a clean slate, a clean this, closure. And sometimes there is no sign, there is no closure. Sometimes the sign is the fact that you've been thinking about it for a year. So this is when you know, like, it's time. Another pattern that I see a lot is you don't understand how the selection works, whether it's in work, whether it's in life. Like, why did I get chosen? Why am I not being seen? Why did I keep doing these things can happen? And here's a big one. Talented people assume outcomes are based on merit. Sometimes they are. But most selection in life and work is based on trust, clarity, consistency, communication, and energy. People don't just choose what's best, they choose what feels safe, clear, and aligned. Let me say that to you. People are not always choosing what's best. They choose what feels safe, clear, and aligned. People don't choose potential, they choose certainty. And that should go for real life and in relationships too. I'm no expert at all, but people don't choose potential, they choose certainty. And if your value is real but not clear, you might be overlooked even while being talented. So what's the shift? How do you get out of that? And that's simple. Stop proving. Start positioning. Positioning is not bragging. Positioning is clarity. You hear, let me say that for you again. Position is not bragging at all. So don't feel bad. Positioning is clarity. It makes it easy for people and in life to understand what you bring and what you want next. You're not stuck, you're unclear. So here's 2 things you can do this week that most people will not do. Create a receipt plus direction voice note. So what I want you to do is pull out your phone, record a voice note of yourself answering, what am I doing consistently that creates value? Where do I want that value to take me next? What do I need to be seen for, not just used for? Again, I want you to record a voice note to yourself. You don't have to share it with anybody. To yourself, answering these questions. What am I doing consistently that creates value? Where do I want that value to take me next? What do I need to be seen for, not just used for? Then I want you to write 1 sentence you can use anywhere. The value I bring is, fill that in. The direction I'm moving is, fill that in. You should be answering that for yourself. The value I bring is, the direction I'm moving is blank. If you can't say your direction out loud, life will keep assigning one for you. If you can't say your direction out loud, life will keep assigning you one. Why it works? It forces clarity. This forces language. And most people never do this. So, my second tip for you would be run a 7-day pattern disrupt experiment with yourself. Okay? Pick one place you're stuck and disrupt it for 7 days. Shake it up. Not with motivation, with behavior. Let me give you an example. If you over explain, speak in 3 sentences max for the next 7 days. If you always say yes, instead of saying yes, say, let me check and get back to you for 7 days. If you hide your thinking, share one recommendation, not an update, each day for 7 days. And let me tell you something. The recommendation could be to family, friends, everyday conversations on the bus. If you are someone who hides your thinking, share one recommendation, not an update, not you updating, each day for 7 days. If you wait for confidence, if you're someone who's waiting to feel like, oh, I need to be praised and, that's going to boost my confidence, do the thing once before you feel ready. Pick something, and even before you feel ready, do it. Stuck is a pattern, so movement starts disruptions. Get to moving. And why this works? Because it changes your identity signals fast. So here's the question I want you to leave with. Are you truly stuck, or are you unclear and running the same patterns? Because if it's patterns, that's solvable. And clarity is the first move. So you guys, I hope you enjoyed today's conversation. I hope that as you are reflecting on the assignment this week, that you are showing up in a different way, and know that you matter, and know that it's all about systems. Again, I'm Coach Annie. I'm excited to be on this journey, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me today in the interview room. I hope you got a little inspiration and maybe even a few aha moments from our conversation. If you loved this episode, don't forget to follow, share it with a friend, and leave a quick review to keep the good vibes going. Remember, you don't need to have it all figured out. Just keep showing up and growing. Until next time, I'm Coach Annie. See you in the next interview.